Welcome to Dragonfly Trading. My name is Carrie. I'm a full-time trader, mentor in the crypto and Forex markets. Today's video is going to be an update on Bitcoin, ETH, and we're going to take a look at the DXY. Not financial advice, of course, just the way that I see the market. A lot of you may be scared. Your portfolios are down. You're not wanting to spend any money on anything. But now, before this market turns, is the perfect time to learn. Take a look at my website. Take a look at what the system has to offer. It is a complete system from start to finish. When you're done, you will have all the tools you need to be a professional trader. You will no longer have to worry about or refer to anyone's analysis again. You will know exactly what to do and when. Also, today's the last day to take advantage of the 40% off your first month of the Discord. Come and join us, collaborate with us. I am sure you will find it well worth it. All right, let's get started. We are closing a monthly candle in approximately 5 hours. It's going to be a green candle, white in my case. If we can close this monthly candle above the 200 weekly, which is the red line, that will be a very good thing for the bulls. It will give them a chance. In the RSI, the monthly RSI has held 40. That is the bullish range, and it has ticked to the upside. It needs to just keep on going up. Okay? We're also going to close a weekly candle. It'll be our second green one in a row. It's not per se any type of candle, but again, if we can close above 22,800, where the weekly MA is, the red line, that will be a very good thing for the bulls. All right. As you can see, we have hit the 236 Fib retracement. Above us is the 382 and the gap. Usually when we retrace a move to the downside or vice versa, usually we like to come back to the 0.5. Will we do that in this case? We'll have to wait and see. But if we do come back to the 0.5, we will close both of these gaps. There's not really anything above us but open space. We are right at resistance. If we can break through this 38236, we can pretty much push through to the 382 where our next resistance is. Is this just going to be a rally? Or is the market going to turn back bullish? It is too soon to tell right now, but we'll talk about that when we get on the lower time frames. All right, in the blue is the base channel, which is run from your wave 1 to your wave 2. We are right here back testing it. What we need to do is push through and eventually get back up into the yellow channel, which is the acceleration channel. If we are able to do that and make an impulse wave, we will still call this a wave 4 and hopefully push up for a wave 5. If we just rally and we fail to get back up into the acceleration channel, or we come back up into this area here and fail, and come back down to the downside, then we will look at this as a wave 2 once we hit the invalidation point for wave 4, which is the top of this wave 1. That is the really only two things we need to worry about at this time. Do we hold for wave 4 or do we come down for wave 2? All right, let's talk about a few counts here. The first count is the DXY count. in yellow. We hit the 1.382, which is perfect for a WXY. Now we're wondering, are we going to make an impulse wave or are we just going to rally? If we make the impulse wave, the 5-wave move, it will take us potentially up into this area, breaking the $32,000 mark, that will put us back bullish. If we come up in 3 waves, whether it comes to this red box or the upper red box, and we fail and we rally in 3 waves, sorry about that, I had to clear my throat. If we rally in 3 waves, we will look at that as an X or a B wave. Whether it stops here or it's able to rally up into the next resistance. Either way, if it's a corrective move of 3 waves, we will be calling it an X or a B. And then we will give this whole leg a partner leg, as you see in yellow. Okay. The ABC, or the 5-wave move. As you can see, we have come up to the 0.5 retrace. A 4th wave does not usually come higher than that. If we break the 0.5 and come up to the 618, yes, we won't be in our wave 1, but to me that is way too high for a wave 4. Now it won't be invalidated, but it's carrying on too long and it's too big. So if we break the 0.5 and we come up higher into the 618, I really won't be looking at it as a wave 4 anymore. I will be looking at this more of a complex structure. Okay? But if we do roll over from here and we come down in 5 waves, at that point we will be asking ourselves, is it a C wave or a 3rd? It will all depend on whether we come up in 3 or we come up in 5. If we come up in 3, then we run the risk of putting in this white wave 4 and then coming down again for 5 waves. If we come up in 5, then we are on our way to turning and we can look at it as a C wave. My throat is giving me a real time today. All right, the last count is the diagonal. Now, I talked about this in the last video about how the 4 doesn't overlap the 1. And everything you will find in books and on the internet says that it should overlap. If this count, whether we come up a little bit more and then we come down in 3 waves, if this count comes to fruition and then we blast out of here in 5 waves, we will have to accept this as an ending diagonal. Even if we rally in 3 and then continue to the downside, we'll have to accept this as a diagonal. So with that being said, in my system, I allow my diagonals to not necessarily overlap because I have seen many diagonals now that are not overlapping. All right, let's move on down here. Let's talk about the bull count. The bull count is assuming this is a wave 1, this is a wave 2. That this is a wave 1 and a wave 2, and this is a wave 1 and a wave 2. That would be a nest. I can say this, that I don't really like this count, because when you make a nest, your first wave 1 is the biggest wave. The second wave 1 is smaller and finds support on top of the first wave 1. If you're lucky enough to get another one, it is smaller and then finds support on the next one. It gives you this diagonally look. A lot of times you mistake it for a diagonal because it gives you this contracting look of smaller and smaller waves. I don't see that here. Okay. For one thing, this wave here is bigger than the first wave, even if we give it the benefit of the doubt and come to the higher point. This is $5,500 and this is $4,200. It is significantly bigger than the first wave one. Now, does it invalidate it? Okay. That is not a rule that this one should be bigger than this one. It's just common sense. But for now, until we come under this low, okay, in red, we're going to keep this count on the table. If we come under 20,700, then this count will be invalidated. But we'll need to push up to 32,000, right where I told you we need to break above for our third wave, pull back for a fourth, and up for a fifth, getting completely over this resistance. All right, let's talk about the bear. Now, I totally looked at this as a complex structure completely 100% until this 5-wave move was created. Okay. When you have a 5-wave move, it can only be a wave of a zigzag, a C wave, or a wave 1. Okay. Let's talk about the C wave first. So if it is a C wave and it's the end of something, then we have to assume that it was attached to this leg as an A, B, C. Okay. I would allow one more hit to the high for the C wave. One more 5-wave up, and then a harsh rejection. Now let's talk about the A wave. If it is an A wave, it could have still one more hit to the high, and then it will pull back. And then we will get 5 more waves for an ABC zigzag. What will change here is that this W now comes over here, this becomes X, and then this becomes Y of higher degree. Okay? It will still be a corrective climb. And even from there, it could climb higher by making another 3-wave move and then climbing again in 3 waves and come back up into this area. But it would all channel like and be a corrective climb. Okay? All right, and then the last option was the wave 1, and that is the bullish option where all of this is a nest, and we'll either have one more hit to the high and then come down for our wave 2, and then it's off to the moon. Okay? So let's make it very simple here. Bullish option, one more hit to the high, maybe. We correct. A wave, one more hit to the high, we correct. C wave, it could have one more hit to the high, and then we tank. So when you look at all 3 options here, all of them could have one more hit to the high, and then we're correcting or we're tanking. Okay? All right. There's one more count, and this is my favorite. a diagonal. 5 waves for our wave 1. Okay. 3 wave move for 2. I can make 5 waves out of this move for our wave 3. 3 waves for 4, 5 waves for 5. I would like to see it hit the trend line. So it would be really nice if we got one more hit to the high. Now usually a diagonal likes to come back to approximately its wave 2, but most likely in this scenario it will hold this support. If it is a diagonal, it's one of two things. It's either an A wave of a zigzag or it's a wave 1. As big as this is, if it's an A wave of a zigzag, we will get this correction back and a big C wave to the upside. If it's a wave 1, then we know what we're getting, a big 3rd wave, 4th wave, 5th, and we're on the way mooning out of here. Okay. I am really hoping that this diagonal plays out. It will be a beautiful thing. Okay. All right, let's go down even lower. Let's talk about this wave. All right. You're probably wondering about this wave to the upside because it didn't quite go like a 5th wave. In Elliott Wave, we have what we call expanded Bs. It has to do with the flats. This is the expanded B pocket, these 3 fib levels, pulling from this high to this low. What it does is it creates an A wave of 3 waves. Then it creates 3 waves to the upside, taking the high, and everyone stops. Everyone flips long, and then you get a C wave to the downside. Okay, A, B, C. Now this C wave can come deeper. It can come all the way to the 2.618. Now, if we are going to get another hit to the high, and this is going to be a 4th wave, meaning A, B, C, it should not take out the prior 4th. So coming underneath this wick at 22,580 will invalidate this being a 4th wave and getting a 5th to the upside. Okay? If it comes underneath that, then it means this was done here and we are correcting for the B wave or the wave 2, or this was not a B wave, it was a 5th wave and it was just wimpy, and we are coming to the downside for the bearish option, where this was a C and a Y wave. Okay? Coming up over this high will invalidate us coming to the downside now and breaking this area, and coming underneath this low will completely invalidate the bull scenario, because if this is going to be a 2 or a B wave, they're not allowed to come under this low. All right, let's take a look at ETH. As you can see, ETH has come down to the 382. It bounced right off of it with a wick. We have retraced up to the 382. It is not yet to its acceleration channel. Maybe the goal here is to backtest it. We'll have to wait and see on that. Just like Bitcoin, the DXY count, if it can make an impulse wave, make this into a 1, pull back for a 2, one, two, 3, 4, 5, something like that. Otherwise, if we make a 3-wave move here, we'll be looking at it as an X or a B, and then we'll give this white leg a partner. Okay, so it's all about this leg right now. Does it make 5 waves, or does it end up being a 3-wave move? Also, the diagonals on the table. If this comes up much higher and overlaps the one, then we will have to see what type of structure is this, because it can only be 3 waves, and then we would need to make 3 waves down for a 5, and it would become expanding. So if it's going to stay contracting, okay, I would really only allow one more hit to the high because we need to keep this contracting look. All right, the bull count. The bull count is assuming that this is a 1, we pulled back for 2, that we're in the middle of our 3rd wave that is not yet complete. We would need that last hit to the high to put in the 3rd wave. We would then pull back for a 4th that would find support somewhere in this 4th wave territory, not breaking the low of it, and we would get a 5th to the upside, pushing through this resistance up to 23.24. This needs to happen to say that this is an impulse wave. We need to continue. Otherwise, one more hit to the high and failing, I will be looking at this as an ABC. And then we will have to see, does it pull back in 3 waves to try to go higher as a bigger complex structure? Okay. All right. Let's take a look at this leg right here. All right, just like Bitcoin, if it is going to push up again, and this is a 4th wave, we should not break the prior 4th wave territory. This is how they work. This is a little 4th, and this is a 5th. The higher degree 4th finds support in the lower degree, and then it will push up for a 5th wave. Breaking this area will tell us that this structure is over. Okay? And at that point, just the same as Bitcoin, whether it goes up again, we want to see, do we come down in a 5-wave move? Or how does it correct? Does it correct in a correction? Okay. If it does and it holds this territory, then we can say we are still on our way for the bullish path. But breaking this low will invalidate the bullish path. We cannot come under that low. Okay? Breaking this low will invalidate this being a 4th wave, and we're pushing up for a 5th to get up there to that 3rd wave territory. All right, let's take a look at the DXY. Now, I put this channel around it, and you're probably wondering, why did I leave this area out the bottom? I left this area out the bottom because it's a B wave, and I wanted my channel to have the 3 hits instead of just 1. By allowing the B wave to come out the bottom, I was able to get the channel perfect with 1, 2, 3 hits at the top and 1, 2, 3 hits at the bottom. If it's going to come to the top of the channel, we're looking at approximately $114. Now, let's talk about this count because we can look at it 2 ways. We've talked about it before, but let's talk about it again. The first way is that this move was a 3-wave move in ABC. Hold on one second. Let me get in a little closer here. Well, guess I got to go back out. All right, so 3-wave move ABC. then this middle part would be a connector. Then we would assume that this impulsive leg to the upside is an A wave, that it's going to correct for a B and then go up for a C, and the A wave could not be done yet. Okay? This would create a WXY. That is the first idea. The second idea is that the C wave is not done. That we had a 1, 2, 3, all of this mess was a 4, and this is a 5. It is an awfully big 4. Okay? This area, to be honest, looks more like a connector. Okay? But it did not come into its 1, so we could argue that it is a 4, and this is a 5. Okay? Let's go down and take a look at this leg. Now this leg is a difficult leg to count. In this area right here, it's very overlappy and difficult. But it's obvious that it's an impulsive leg because of the way it broke out the channel. The big question is the third wave in? We're going to get a fourth wave and another fifth to the upside, taking us up into that $114 area. It's all going to depend on if we break this bottom of this prior fourth. If this is going to be a fourth wave, we cannot break the bottom of this fourth. They usually do not break their prior fourths. They use them as support. Okay. All right, let's go down a little further. And take a look at this structure. Now, right now, it can be channeled. Okay. What we don't want to see for a bullish option is a break of the channel to the downside. When we get in a little closer here, there's a big argument of whether this is a 5-wave move or is this a zigzag. Well, I can clearly say that it looks like 5. 1, 2, the 3 could even be here, 4, and 5. Okay? If that's the case, this area here to me is a big contender for a 1, 2, 1, 2. Which means, if that's the case, the next move from the DXY should be a tank that comes right out of this channel. Okay? Meaning that it's going to make a third, a fourth, and a fifth out of this channel, and that's bearish. Okay? Or we're creating a complex structure, okay, where we have an A, a B, and a C, zigzag. Then all of this middle was a 3-wave move, and then we're making another 3-wave move that probably is not done, where it's like this. And it's going to hold the channel. Okay, getting back down into this territory. Let me move this over so you can see it. This is the territory that it would probably hold and can't break the red line. But that's still some more downside, okay? So if the DXY, when it opens, is coming down, whether it's the bearish scenario or this is making a complex structure, it would say to us that Bitcoin is potentially going up for a 5th wave, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some clarity, and I will see you in the next one.